I just wanted to make a quick video. Recently, the US reported its inflation rate. Other countries did too, of course, and the United States was higher than expected, 9.1%, which is actually the same as the UK. So they both went up, and they're both at 9.1%. Lots of videos have already been made about this. I might be a little late jumping onto this train. So let's take a quick look at how that compares to other countries around the world. So where I am right now, it's Japan. It's 2.5%. One of the things in Japan is because customers are notoriously price sensitive, is that companies are much more likely to engage in shrinkflation, smaller sizes, less in the containers, to avoid raising prices. Although prices have started to raise too, which has kind of led to the death of what was called the 1 coin meal, which was literally a lunch meal that costs 500 yen, which is the largest coin, and also 1 bill, which was, a meal that came out to 1,000 yen. I also suspect that electronic payment has something to do with that, because 1 coin or 1 bill was so convenient. Now, with a lot of people using apps, nobody cares that it's 2 yen or 3 yen change. All right, so let's talk about some other important areas. So the Eurozone, 8.6%. Germany, 7.6%. Some of the smaller countries in the Eurozone are leading the inflation there. Russia is actually down. It's one of the few countries whose inflation is down at 15.9%. However, that's still really high, and that's still pain that's being caused by economic sanctions and economic pressure. India dropped a little percent. It's now at 7.01%. Let's talk about the other BRICS. Brazil is up just a little bit to 11.89%. South Africa is up to 6.5%. And China is up to 2.5%. Where I used to live, Taiwan, that are now up to 3.59%. Hong Kong and Macau are both around 1%. They have some of the lowest inflation in Asia. In Europe, generally the areas closest to Ukraine have been the most affected by inflation. Romania, Bulgaria, Poland, all in the 15% range. The Czech Republic, Belarus, 17% range. Latvia, 19.3%. Lithuania, 21%. Ukraine, 21.5%. Estonia, 21.9%. Moldova, all the way up to 31.83%. And Turkey continues to struggle and have hyperinflation. Their inflation is now up to 78.62%. So jumping into how bad could it be, let's talk about what hyperinflation is. So hyperinflation doesn't have a set definition, but most economists, and I, will go off of this. It is when inflation hits 50% or more a month. So that would be 12,874.63% a year. So out of the countries, we have Turkey. They're continuing to go up. Sumatra, 59.8%, so they're actually down. Argentina, 60.7%. Venezuela, also going down at 167%. I mean, any improvement's good, I guess. Syria continues to go up, 139%. Lebanon, 211%, so the highest. Zimbabwe and Sudan, both 192%. There were also 2 new countries that have entered hyperinflation. Iran, 52.5%, and Sri Lanka, 54.6%. If you've been watching the news, you'll notice that things are not going very well in Sri Lanka. On the opposite end, with South Sudan at negative 4.29%. So, yeah, they're the only economy that is in deflation. Overall, it doesn't look very good for the United States. It looks like inflation is going to stay high for a while. Maybe it'll level off, but still, that's not good. I wouldn't be having fun if that was me. And you have to remember, all these numbers, these are reported by their own governments, so there can be differences in how they are measured. and maybe even the honesty in them. I would take them more as relative than absolute. So what does this mean going forward? Well, I have a bunch of silver and some gold and some more gold on the table here. So traditionally, precious metals are seen as a hedge. Now, I know I've seen lots of people posting about, well, precious metals are down too. That's not a good hedge. Well, that's not really what a hedge is. A hedge means that it goes down less, which gold in particular has achieved. It's down less than most other indices in the stock market. So I think a lot of people, when they bought into precious metals thinking it was a hedge, they were thinking, oh, when the stock market and everything goes down, they're going to shoot up, instead of they go down less. A lot of defensive stocks are like this too. Walmart, GE, your big blue chips, they still go down, but they don't go down as much. Precious metals, when people talk about them being a hedge, that's really what they mean, even if they don't know that's really what they mean. Unfortunately, some people got taken for a ride and didn't understand, or probably weren't really explained very well, that, you know, when we say they're hedge, we mean they go down less, not that they go up. I mean, they can, but that's not the case here. And now, I'm not a financial advisor. Everything I'm saying here is my own opinion. It's just the world according to Dylan. I don't charge people for advice. This channel is for entertainment and historical education purposes. Don't be stupid with your money. And don't trust anybody on the internet. We're all really, 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 really sus. But anyways, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that inflation is so high for people in the United States, the Eurozone, the euro being weakened, all of these things. It's kind of a time of crisis. Now, in crisis, there's opportunity. That's the saying, perhaps for people to pick up assets cheaper, or even just to change their life in a better way. Maybe that means prepping more. Maybe that means storing more food. Maybe that means growing your own food, being more active in your communities, reaching out, making better connections with someone. Improvement is not always financial. I hope I've earned your like. I hope I've earned your subscription if you're not subscribed. Why don't you go down to the comment section? Tell me what you think about these reports. Are you seeing inflation where you live, and how is it affecting your life? Or are you not seeing it yet? And I will see you in the next one.